as soon as I see Mike. So I bring
Okay.
Mike in and I'm gonna leave.
Yeah,
Well, I know he will be here.
Yes, he will.
and we'll see you at the top.
Yeah, I will see you at the top. Absolutely. It's
Where
exciting.
your ears will pop.
How exciting. Well, welcome everybody. Today is our Let's Bless Our Loved Ones.
All
Okay,
right.
Julie.
Susie, I send it to you. So you'll bring Mike in.
Yeah, as soon as I see his, does
Yeah.
he usually raise his hand? Yeah.
No, not really. Sometimes I'm still
Oh,
gonna
geez.
fight him. but
Okay,
I can-
all right, I can multitask. That's okay. Oh,
Thanks
we're
so
gonna
much. Have a great time.
Okay, thanks,
See you
Julie.
at the top. See you.
Okay.
Hi, Julie.
Bye-bye.
So Dan, what's new?
How's the
We're
weather
gonna
in Boston?
Well, I'm outside of Boston, but only an hour and 45 away.
Oh, really? Are you
And-
north? Are you north?
No, I'm west.
West. Okay. Hey, Charles.
Oh,
Hello.
hey Charles, how you doing?
It's just two of you? What happened?
Well-
Where's everybody?
This is the deal. We might as well talk before we get rocking and rolling. Marty is unavailable. Julie just started the webinar. I'm the host.
Ooh.
So Susie is in charge, not Charles. There used to be a show called Charles in Charge, but it's Susie in charge today.
That's right.
There's
Before the-
Andy Perks. Yeah.
Here comes
Hi,
Andy.
There's now three more of us, Charles.
Okay. So Susie,
Yeah.
since you are in charge, is
Yeah.
Mike Ellis gonna be doing the presentation?
That
Yeah.
here he is right now. I'm going to bring him
Okay.
on as a
All
panelist.
right.
So I
right.
will hit, we're not live streaming. There's myself will introduce Mike and then we'll go to the panel and we'll wrap things up. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. That's great.
Sounds good to me.
See you at the top. I'm going out shopping for my
Hey,
top this week.
you're gonna shopping for your top?
I'm
Shop for your
shopping for
top?
my, Yeah.
I might come in there topless.
there you go. Okay.
There you go.
We got to be careful about that. Oh, so welcome everybody. Okay, I'll do my thing. Then I'm going to hit record when we get started. And there is Mike Ellis. Hello, Mike. We're not going to waste any time today.
the man of the hour,
Yes.
Mike Ellis, he's here.
Yes.
We're talking about Dan Street. He's the man. And Andy's number two. You and I are just here for the ride, Charles.
That's
Oh,
right.
We got a dog in the background too.
The
Oh, yeah.
ultimate ride of a lifetime.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I'm dog sitting this week for he's a Spanish hunting dog and he hasn't left my side.
Oh,
That dog must also be good in numbers.
yeah. Is he good in numbers or is he a techie dog?
Well, he doesn't understand English. Let's put it that way. He's a rescue dog from Spain. So every time I tell him to sit, he doesn't. He just kind of looks at me with this, blank look. No idea what you're saying, mate.
Okay, I'm just gonna put about getting a copy of today's webinar. Please send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. Okay, I'll say a few things and then we're gonna get this webinar started. How's that sound? Okay, good. So welcome everyone.
You need to
we
start
have-
recording, Susie.
Do you want to just go for it now and just go?
Yeah,
Or
let's
should we
just
wait
do
a-
it.
Okay.
2 minutes, please. Because
Okay.
some of these people wait the last second. Do we have guests here, by the way? Just curious though.
We're gonna ask.
Yeah, if you are a
Okay.
guest, please go in the chat and let us know where you're from. We do have,
We love guests, that's why.
we love guests. We have founders here too. So this is what's going on today. We're going to start recording soon. Today is our Let's Bless Our Loved Ones guest webinar, where you've been invited by someone who cares about you to hear about a business called On Passive, where you have the opportunity to become a proud global founder, like those of us on the panel and some of us in the chat that are attendees. You see, the window of opportunity to become a founder is closing very, very soon. We don't need any more founders. And we're saying that with a lot of pride because right now we have over 1,200,000 founders in over 200 countries across the globe. But we are here on our own time today to help other fellow founders who have invited you so that you can hear about this business and get back to them and jump on board. So let's see, we do have Mary here, is from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island in Canada. How nice is that? Pat Parent is here from Canada. We have Najee, I think I'm saying that correctly, from Maryland. Merrick is here saying hello. Cynthia Deering is here. So hello, everybody. We're going to get started. I'm going to hit record. We are going to disable the chat for now. We're going to start the recording. Record to iCloud.
Recording in progress.
Well, hi, everyone. I'm Susie McCray, a proud global founder for a company called On Passive. Today is Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022, and you have been invited to hear about a business called On Passive and the opportunity for you to become a founding member like those of us on the panel. How exciting is that? And the best part is, the only way to become a founder is to get back to the person who invited you, and they will help sign you up. The window of opportunity is closing very, very soon. Our CEO has allowed us a little bit more time for you to come on as a partner with him and the rest of us for, like my sign says, the ultimate ride of a lifetime. We don't pester, pressure, convince, or do any of that because, quite frankly, we don't need to at all. So after this webinar, you get back to the person who invited you and they'll take you on the next step. So I'm going to introduce our presenter today. And then after that, a few of us will say a few words from the panel. And if you would like a copy of today's webinar, I will put it back down in the chat. You can send an email to onpassivenation.com. So sit back, enjoy. You're going to get a great presentation. So I'd like to introduce Mike Ellis. Mike lives in Colorado in the United States. He's been a proud global founder with On Passive for a little over 3 years now. What I love about Mike has been around online businesses, online marketing. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy. He's very transparent. He follows the values of On Passive, which is transparency, integrity, and just doing a clean, honest business. And he's going to give you the facts, and then you yourself can get back to the person who invited you and jump on board and be smiling like the rest of us. So Mike, it's a pleasure to have you. We love your presentations. It's all yours, and I will be back after the presentation.
Yeah, thanks, Susie. You always do a great job. Always.
Thank you.
I appreciate the introduction. Susie was right. We're at a point in time where On Passive is going into the global launch. And the window to become a founding member, it's very, very small right now. Now, this presentation, and we have a relatively small crowd here today. That's not a bad thing because it's very, very personal when you can talk to kind of people one-on-one. But this presentation, it really is for the new people that are coming in and just exploring On Passive. And what you're going to hear today really is a way forward, not only to develop an income, develop residual income, but to actually start building wealth online. And everybody that comes online to do business online, really that's the bottom line. Can I develop wealth? Can I develop an income? Can that income become residual? And as we start to talk about OnPassive, you're going to understand that, yeah, there is a way forward, and it will get me to that place where finances are just kind of an afterthought. And I can tell you out of experience, that's a really, really good place to be. So I'm going to be talking about OnPassive. I'm going to talk a little bit about the corporate side of OnPassive because it's important to know who you're working with. And then I'm just going to get right into it. What is OnPassive going to do for me? And what can OnPassive do for you as a new individual? And how is this going to set you up to be in a position to succeed? Okay. So let's start with the corporate side of OnPassive. Why? It's really, really important to understand that the company you're going to be working with has longevity. It's not just a 3-month company or a 6-month company or a year or a decade. It's a decade and decades. We'll be able to come in and actually get all the benefits of OnPassive. And I say that because if you've been online any amount of time, you know that there are a lot of fly-by-night companies that come on, will take your money, and then they disappear. That is not OnPassive. OnPassive will be with us for a very, very long time. Why? OnPassive was developed by a gentleman named Ash Mufareh. Ash Mufareh is the visionary, he's the brain trust behind OnPassive. And he's built all the products of OnPassive, and OnPassive is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology products. They are IT products. And he's built all of those products with his team in Hyderabad, India. They're about 1,000 strong, and all the technicians there have built all the products of OnPassive. They're built from the ground up. They're proprietary. They're cutting edge technology, and they're superior to anything that's out there at a lower price point. They cost less. Because of what Ash has done, and I'll get into this a little bit later, because of what Ash has done, the amount of customers that will be coming into OnPassive is going to be unprecedented. And because of what OnPassive has done for us, what Ash Mufareh has structured for us, we get to benefit from all of that. So as we look at OnPassive, it is primarily a customer-based business, even though we have the privilege to participate with OnPassive. As OnPassive goes into the global launch, which we are in that process right now, it will primarily be customers coming in. And as those customers land under each and every one of us, that's how we get paid. Again, I'll talk about that in just a little bit. OnPassive today is a massive, massive corporation. It is huge. Today, before we've gone into the global launch, it is a unicorn company. It is a company that has a value of over $1 billion. That's massive. That's never been done in the history of business, in the history of the world. Nobody has come out, launched to the world, and been a multi-billion-dollar company. That is OnPassive. And when we start to look at the products of OnPassive and the sheer volume that's going to be coming into OnPassive, that number will start to escalate very, very quickly after we get into the global launch. So you're in a really unique position working with a man that has structured something that works for all of us. And Ash's thought when he started building OnPassive was that he wanted to take that number, that 97% that come online and fail, he wanted to turn that around and make 97% of the people that come on succeed in business. And he has done that. And as I go into what he's going to be doing for all of us, you're going to understand exactly what he's done. Even though the corporate side is very, very complicated, a lot of moving parts, what he's done for you and I, those individuals that want to come in and participate, it's very, very simple. So as you look at OnPassive, continue to explore the corporate side of OnPassive. It's intriguing, it's exciting because of what it's going to be doing for you. So let's get into what it's going to do for you personally. Okay, so as you come into OnPassive, and this is very, very simple, guys. It doesn't take a lot of time to explain. A few simple concepts, and you're going to know exactly what they're doing for you in OnPassive. So let's get what they're going to do for you. As you come into OnPassive, they are going to build a sales marketing platform for each and every one of us. Okay. And they're going to use the digital tools that they've developed with their tech team in Hyderabad to build that sales marketing platform. Then they're going to hook it up to AI, artificial intelligence. When they do that, something remarkable happens to your business. All of a sudden, and again, I have never seen this online before. All of a sudden, your business becomes 100% automated. What does that mean? It means that OnPassive is going to manage all the activities of your business, except the money transfers. Once they transfer the money, that's up to you. You have to take care of that. That's a good thing, by the way. So as they hook it up to AI, it becomes 100% automated. Again, they're going to reach back into their bucket of IT tools. They're going to pull out traffic. All traffic is getting good qualified eyes in front of what you're doing, what you're selling, so that they can look at it. Good qualified eyes. Those are people that are looking for what you have. OnPassive is the best of the best that I've ever seen at driving good quality traffic. And again, traffic, it could be people walking into a brick and mortar store. That's traffic. Online, it's people seeing what you have to offer, clicking it, and then going to the next page. That's all traffic is. Good qualified eyes getting in front of the products of OnPassive. OnPassive, again, they're going to manage all of this. So as people come in and see OnPassive, they're going to manage that. They're going to manage the customers coming in and looking at it. They're going to manage the customers coming in and buying it. As the customers buy it and come in and start to use the product, they are going to manage that also. So as we look at customers, that is how we get paid. But as we look at customers, personally, I don't have to manage any of those customers. That was such a relief for me, and I think it will be for you too. I don't want to manage 100,000 customers. I just don't want to do that. It would be 24/7. Yeah, you'd be making really, really good money, but you're never going to be able to spend it. 100% automated. OnPassive is going to manage all of this. Let's talk about the pay side of OnPassive just very, very quickly. We get paid a lot like a commission sales individual that works for a company, goes out, makes $100 sales, make 10%, they would make $10, okay? OnPassive, as customers come in, OnPassive managing all this, as customers land in your organization, you get paid a commission for each customer that lands in your organization. Now, it's even better than that. There are a lot of people that come into OnPassive that have a very, very high skill set as far as marketing goes, and they can come in and they can actually build their business even before OnPassive starts to build it. The advantage of that is that they can cut time frames. So as we go into global launch, all these customers start coming in, it will cut time frames and get them to that place of financial independence quicker. Now, saying that, everybody that comes into OnPassive, we will get to that place. Some will get there quicker, some will take a little bit longer, but we will all get to the place where finances just aren't a worry. And when you're talking about someone that's building a team and they bring in additional people into OnPassive, it's like you have a very, very large territory that you can't handle. You have to bring additional people in. And as they make sales, you get a little piece of that too. You not only get a piece of what you do, but you get a little piece of what they do. It's the same thing with OnPassive. As teams grow, you get a little bit of each sale that happens within your team. Again, it helps you cut time frames. Do you have to do that? No, you don't have to sell. You don't have to share. You do not have to recruit. This is what OnPassive will do for all of us. So 100% automated, but if you have the inclination and you want to do something, you can. So how do we all come into OnPassive? To start with, how do we all come into OnPassive today? Today, and this is what Susie was talking about earlier, there's a position, it's a founder position, it's a $97 position, plus $5, $102 to come in and lock yourself in the company of OnPassive and lock yourself into the pay structure of OnPassive. This position is closing very, very quickly. Next week, we have a major worldwide event that Ash Mufareh is putting on for OnPassive. This is the start of the global launch of OnPassive. And the global launch of OnPassive is introducing the products of OnPassive to the world. So the time to come in and become a founding member, it is growing shorter and shorter and shorter. So if you want to come in and lock yourself into the company, and there's some major, major, major benefits of doing this, and lock yourself into the pay structure, that being number one, you want to do that very, very quickly. So as we become a founder and OnPassive goes into the global launch of OnPassive, how do we come into OnPassive? Everybody. As OnPassive goes into the global launch, we will all come into OnPassive and we will become customers. Everybody coming into OnPassive, even the founding members, we will initially be customers. When we do that, we get all the products of OnPassive, every product, every IT product, the AI product, all the products of OnPassive we get. OnPassive will then go to work for us. That's a really, really important thing to understand. Before I get into that, once we become customers of OnPassive, we go into the back office, click a button, become independent resellers of the IT product, and then OnPassive can pay us. I said that because we have to have that title for OnPassive in order for OnPassive to be able to pay us. And that has to do with the regulations around the world. And again, Susie said we're in over 200 countries today. But as we do that, we back up to the subscription fee that we're going to have to pay to come in and join OnPassive. We will come in, pay the subscription fee. It's between $100 and $300. We don't know what it is yet. Ashley's going to share that with us very, very quickly. And then we're customers of OnPassive. We get all the IT products of OnPassive, and OnPassive will go to work for us. Now, the subscription fee, very, very quickly, it is a monthly fee. The founder fee, one-time fee. The subscription fee also will be a one-time fee, but it is a monthly fee. All of these fees, the preceding months after that initial fee that you pay, will come from the proceeds of OnPassive. Customers coming in, getting a commission from the customers. So you will come in and you will only have to pay those fees one time. The $102 for the founding position and the $100 to $300 for the subscription fee. I always say $300. If it's less than that, it'll be a nice surprise. But you will pay that once. You will never have to go out of pocket again. For me, that was very, very refreshing. Again, I've never seen that done online. It is historic. It is revolutionary. And Ash Mufareh came up with this so that people coming in make the one payment. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You will be successful. So as we think about OnPassive, we've come in, we've become founding members, and now we are independent resellers of the IT product. OnPassive can go to work for us and start to bring in customers in our organization. As we look at OnPassive, before I go into the volume and what's going to be happening with product and customers, understand that Ash Mufareh, when he first started on OnPassive, his goal was to share the majority of the wealth coming into OnPassive with those individuals coming in and participating. And when I say majority, it's not 10 or 15%. It's 52, 55, 60, 65% of the wealth coming into OnPassive will be shared with those founding members that are in OnPassive today or when they shut that window down. Why is that important? Because I'm going to talk about product, customer, and volume just very, very quickly. And you're going to understand that the sheer volume coming into OnPassive is going to make a major difference in your bottom line. And again, that's why we're all here. So as we talk about OnPassive, product side, customer side, and then volume, product, proprietary, cutting edge, superior, lower price point. Customers will come in and use those products because they are superior, they are cutting technology, and they cost less than anything else online. Volume is the key here. The amount of volume that's going to be coming into OnPassive is going to be staggering. And I want to talk about 4 products very, very quickly to give you an idea of the volume that's going to be coming in. I want to talk about OConnect, which is their webinar platform. It's a lot like what we're looking at today. This is a Zoom webinar, except Ocademy is superior technology. The Zoom webinar that we're on today, it is antiquated technology. It's just not very good. OConnect will blow them away. The next one is Ocademy. It is an educational platform. The next one is OStaff. It is an HR platform, a human resources platform, where companies can come in and manage their human resources department. Another one is OTraffic, which is their traffic source that OnPassive will be selling. These are 3 tools of OnPassive. There are over 50 tools of OnPassive products. These are 4 products of OnPassive. There are over 50 products of OnPassive. Every product that OnPassive, whatever niche it is, whatever niche they get into, it is superior. Ash Mufareh would not get into it unless he could make it better, way, way, way better. So just these 4 products, the revenue that other companies do today in these 4 niches is $483 billion a year, almost $500 billion. 4 products, guys, 4 products. We know, based on talking to a lot of the technicians that are online, they do business online, they understand the language, they know what's happening. Some of them are participating with OnPassive. They've told us with this tool that we're looking at right now, the Zoom, this platform, webinar platform, they believe OnPassive, when they come out, will take 85 to 90% of the market away from Zoom. That is massive. Now, if we look at these 4 products, $483 billion worth of revenue a year, how much of that revenue do we think OnPassive will take from the companies that service these niches today? 10%? I think that's very, very conservative, but that's where we'll stay. 10% of these 4 niches is $43 billion in revenue coming into OnPassive. And remember, Ash is going to share the majority of the wealth with those founders that have come in and are participating with OnPassive. When you start to think of the numbers of OnPassive and what they're going to be doing and the amount that they're going to be bringing in, we're just in a really unique position dealing with a CEO that has great heart, that wants us to succeed and wants to share the wealth with us. Because of that, OnPassive is something that you've never seen before. It is unprecedented. And I always recommend that people come in, pay the $97 plus the $5, $102, and lock themselves into OnPassive. Now, the 2 fees, the $97 is today. The other fee, the subscription fee, we will not pay until we go into the global launch. And that's probably 30 to 45 days out. So you pay the $97, $102 for the $5 fee today. And when we go into the global launch, you'll pay the other $100 to $300, whatever it is. I say $300. As we look at OnPassive and what they're going to be doing for us, keep it very, very simple. 4 concepts. Number 1, it is a self-funding product. You'll come in, a self-funding business. You will come in, you will pay once, you'll never have to go out of pocket again. Number 2, OnPassive is going to force you to be successful for all the reasons that I just went over. They're going to make sure that you're successful online and that you're taking care of that bottom line. It is what Ash wants to happen in OnPassive. And then keep in mind customer, product, and then the volume that's going to be coming in with OnPassive. Today, OnPassive is a global corporation. We're in over 200 countries today. And as you look at OnPassive, OnPassive will never come in and make more qualifications in order for you to earn. In other words, if you get to a certain level, a lot of companies do this, you get to a certain level, you're making quite a bit of money, and they go, well, now you have to do this, this, and this to make more money. OnPassive won't do that. They'll never add qualifications, and they'll never put a limitation on what you could make. And when you think about OnPassive, again, very, very simple. If you think about AI, artificial intelligence, making OnPassive 100% automated, OnPassive managing your business, and really all you have to do is stay engaged and then manage your money. That's a really, really good place to be. This is OnPassive very, very quickly. I always recommend that you continue to explore OnPassive. Andy, Dan, Charles, Susie, they'll give you a little bit more information about OnPassive on this panel, and they're filled with great, great information. But keep it simple. OnPassive is here for you. They're here to make you successful. They're here to help you take care of that bottom line. And Ash Mufareh, this is no longer a hope and a dream. This is a done deal, guys. Like I said, next week we have a very, very large worldwide event that Ash is putting on, introducing the products to the world. This is happening. It's happening right now. So come on in, get engaged, become a founding member, and from there, just get ready, because your life is going to change in a very, very good way. Susie, back to you, and give them a little bit more wisdom, please.
Excellent, Mike. It's so good to hear from you. Yeah, my wisdom is you better get back to the person who invited you, so you're not kicking yourself in the butt about this. So excellent, Mike. You hit all the key points. I mean, what a great opportunity. When is the last time you were asked by a CEO of a company to come in and partner with him, give input for $97 and be part of a new company? I mean, that's never happened to me in my lifetime. And where someone is going to share the revenue of the business. I mean, it's just unheard of. So go ahead and pinch yourself and then get back to the person who invited you. So thank you so much, Mike. Yes, exciting times for sure. We don't try to convince, nor will we. You want a copy of today's webinar? It's in the chat. Send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com and you can re-listen to this again. But now is the time to take action because it's the window of opportunity is closing quickly. So we have some excellent panel members here today to share some of their wisdom. The only wisdom besides jumping on board that I have to say is fully automated. They're going to take care of all of the customers for us. I don't have to do that. I am enjoying this ride. I can be part of something bigger than myself. I mean, who doesn't want to be part of something like that? Fully automated 24/7. So I like to go with Charles first today. Charles Osung joins us today. He's been part of OnPassive for over 3 years. Charles has done an excellent job at helping founders across the globe. He understands the business inside and out. And the special trait he has, besides telling us all in layman's terms some technical questions we may have, Charles has a very, very solid 30+ year background in information technology. So he understands the nuts and bolts of this business, but he also understands this business model and what makes it so special. So Charles, if you could just share a few words, that would be great.
Thank you, Susie. Always good to have you setting the stage because you are just all rounder. We love you. And thank you, Mike, for such a brilliant presentation. I always just come here sometimes. I sit in the background, even though my video is off, but I'm listening keenly. And I'm like, oh, wow, this guy is awesome. He's just great. And if you didn't understand what Mike said, I don't know if anybody else could do a better job. Okay, but what we're here to do is just to kind of add value to what he has already told you now. And like Susie said, in layman's terms, I know Mike has said it all, but sometimes he's a bit philosophical. So I'm just gonna put it to you in layman's terms, why OnPassive is the best, why there's nothing out there that even compares 100%, 1 of 100% of OnPassive, right? So, and that's because, like Susie said, I've been in business for over 30 years. To tell you the truth, not only do I have an IT background, but I do have an extensive marketing background, an extensive background in MLMs. I stopped doing it about 6 years ago. And the reason I stopped doing it, simple. I could not duplicate myself. And every time I failed in a business, for whatever reason, just because people kept dropping out, for whatever reason, I need to go back and find out why. Why is this happening? And I came down to 3 reasons. Okay, and these 3 reasons out of 30+ years of experience. And that makes life easy for me. If you bring me a business, I'm going to ask you these 3 questions. It's going to take me 2 to 5 minutes to determine whether or not I'm interested, because it's a waste of time. If you don't meet all 3 of these questions, you can forget it, my friends. Forget it. Question number 1, do I have to recruit to make money? And when I say money, I mean a lot of money, enough money to give me financial freedom, not just chop change, okay? And if I have to sell or recruit to do that, you can forget it, because I'm not gonna be able to duplicate myself. That's what it boils down to. Now, question number 2, do I have to come out of pocket every month, right? Like Ellis just said, we're gonna come out of pocket once, right? But if I had to do that every month, that's a problem. So you got to ask yourself that question. Do I have to come out of pocket every month? If the answer is yes, believe me, you can forget it. Now, question number 3 is very, very crucial, because that is for longevity. A lot of businesses go out of business Okay. After 30 days, 60 days, 6 months. Why? Because of legitimate, viable products. So when I say legitimate, I mean legal. When I say viable, something that we need every day, right? Yes, people sell vitamins, people sell juices, but are they viable? A lot of them, I haven't seen them in my life, right? But I'm still living. And I'll be 60 years pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? So are they viable? Think about internet. Think about your phone number, your cell phone, right? You don't have cell phone these days? Well, life is miserable. You don't have Wi-Fi access? Life is miserable. And so for those of you who have been involved in all these businesses and they go out at some point in time, well, guess what? No viable products. Okay? So you're going to find companies out there that can answer yes to one of these questions or maybe two of them, but you're not going to find tick, tick, tick in all three of them. And if you do, any one of us in this panel, we will be glad to be your first customer, believe me. So OnPassive is first of its kind, thanks to artificial intelligence, thanks to renewable technology, okay? Thanks to AI-driven traffic. No other company has that out there. And that is what makes us unique. So if you're sitting out there, sitting on the fence, thinking, oh, I've heard of one of these things before, or this kind of thing before, you have never heard of it. It has never happened. It is the first time ever. And next week, Wednesday, to be precise, we are going to be going to the top. We are starting from the top, looking down on every other business there is out there. You know why? We are the correction to the corruption. So jump on board, get back to whoever invited you, like Susie said, and do not waste any more time, because very, very soon, in a matter of days, we will not be accepting founders anymore. Back to you, Susie.
Well, well, yes, Charles, I love how you make those points, and it's so, so true. And not only is OnPassive have viable products, they're going to continue to add to their list of products. You're going to continue to get upgrades and new features, and your price isn't going to go up. I mean, how incredible is that? I mean, just so many reasons why we are blessed to be here today. And Charles is right. Get back to the person who invited you. You see, it's not benefiting us today being here. We're just love talking about it. We're excited about it. The real true benefit is that you're listening to this and you have the opportunity to partner with us, to partner with the CEO and become a founder. Okay, next we have Mr. Dan Street, who's with us today. Dan has been involved with OnPassive for just a little over 3 years. Dan will tell you he is recently retired, but he has seen online businesses and has been around them, and he always has a good outlook about what to share about OnPassive that you may find helpful. So Dan, it's all yours.
Well, thanks, Susie. Oh, the dog's barking. Isn't that perfect timing?
That's okay. And then mine's going to start once she hears yours.
Well, anyway, yeah, great presentation, Mike, and good input, Charles. And I had a 30-year career in the medical device business, selling medical devices to orthopedic surgeons. And I spent the majority of my life in an operating room. Okay, so I was always looking for a way to gain my time freedom and to eliminate the stress and to build wealth online. I've been trying to do it because I believed in it for around 15 years or so. So all of us on this panel, we have different backgrounds and we all share a common passion for online success. And over the last few years, we have all developed close relationships with people from all over the world. And that's what I find just so amazing about this journey we've all been on with OnPassive, because we are in over 215 countries and we have over 1 million founding members. And we're on Zoom calls like this on a regular basis, trying to help people and introducing them to OnPassive. So we have a massive amount of believers that believe in the vision of Ash Mufareh. And we're all excited. We're so excited because this thing's about ready to blast off, okay? And I can honestly say that the last 3 years have been, as you can see in our backgrounds here, the ride of a lifetime. And we are close to opening the doors of this amazing company. And we're privileged to be founding members of OnPassive. And Mike did an amazing job of giving you a snapshot of all the benefits of this business and where we're going, where we're heading, and the vision of Ash. It's just, it's mind-boggling. So we have witnessed the value of OnPassive soar beyond anything of any of our wildest dreams, anything we could ever imagine. And we're now very close to introducing it to the world. So as Mike said, these products are proprietary. They're built from scratch. They're AI induced. And because the products are superior and at a lower price point, we're going to be better than any of our competitors, and we will disrupt a lot of industries out there. So keep in mind, for all of you new folks out there, that this is a real business with real products and real people. And you have an opportunity to be part of this company that's going to drive targeted traffic to your site. It will increase your customer base, and you can earn commissions over and over again. And that means that customers that come into your organization, we honestly believe that they will never leave your organization because the value they are receiving with OnPassive is just so good. So with this AI-induced software that follows up on your visitors, answers their questions, closes the sale, and it's all done through, as Susie was saying, an automated process. And whether you choose to be an active marketer within this company, that means share it with everybody you know, or whether you choose to be passive. And that means just come in, activate your membership, your subscription, and stay engaged with this company, stay engaged with everything that's going on. You're guaranteed to succeed. So it's the most affordable way to achieve generational wealth, all through an automated process. So again, get with the person that invited you here, and the founding membership is about to close. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. So I hope that helps. Susie, take it away.
Yes, excellent points. And you know what I love too, you guys go check it out. Go to onpassive.com. You can go see the products. There's videos there's frequently asked questions. But what I really love about the products is the simplicity. And they're so intuitive. And our CEO really, he and his technicians and engineers put the user in the driver's seat to make things simpler. I don't know about you, but if you've ever worked in the corporate world or had your own business and you're over here for one software, then that one doesn't talk to this one and you got to go over here. Well, they've got that all figured out. It's all under one roof, a single sign-on business, which is just that totally blew me away, because I spent years in the corporate world and I was always hopping around, trying to get information, trying to get systems to talk to each other, training people on new, it was just not a lot of fun. OnPassive is fun and simple and innovative. The products, go take a look on onpassive.com. Okay, so our last but not least is Andy Burks from the UK. And Andy will let you know that he is not really a tech guy, but he is a numbers guy. And I always laugh a little because he gets rolling with the numbers and your head will spin a little bit. So sit back and enjoy the ride with Andy, and then we will wrap this up. Go ahead, Andy, it's all yours.
Thank you, Susie. Thanks, guys. Great presentation. I'm trying to think of things that I can actually include because most of you have covered them, but hey-ho. Well, first of all, as everybody's mentioned, the simplicity of this is what I really like. I'm, as Susie quite rightly said, not technically minded in the slightest, but I do know numbers. I love the fact that the company is simply going to register me a domain name, build me a website, which will change every day, drive specific targeted traffic, which Mike has mentioned, to that website, close the sale, deal with all the customer support, and pay me for every customer that comes on board. Now, what could be simpler? Okay, so because it's so simple and because the products are, as Dan put it and Mike's put it, far superior and at a lower price point, customers are going to come on board, and once they come on board, they're never going to leave. So we anticipate taking on over 100 million customers in our first year. Now, we've got 1.2 million founders, so that makes us pretty much in the top 1% of the company. Imagine being the top 1% of Amazon or Microsoft or Google. It's a pre-launch. This is we are going into our launch very, very soon. So this window is closing. But let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of how numbers would make a difference to you. Now, I don't like using the word recruiting because I'm not very good at it. But I do like to share things. Friends, family, acquaintances, I've shared it. So I'm going to give you an example that says if you did nothing, and we're going to say that the company gives you 3 customers in a very short period of time, and then it's going to take 3 months to then provide you with 3 further customers, and those 3 customers with 3 customers, and so on. So it'll go you plus your 3 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, plus your 4 is 16, 16 times 3, 48, plus your 16, 64, 64 times 3, 192, plus your 64, 256. There you go, Susie. Right, so at the end of the first year, you'd have 256 customers if you did absolutely nothing. But if you shared this opportunity and found 9 others that love this thing as much as we do, and they came on board, you multiply those figures by 10. So you'd have 2,560 customers at the end of the first year. Now, what does that do for your income? As Mike said, you reduce your time frame of it being able to achieve what you want to achieve. Now, for some people, that might be $5,000 a month. For some, that might be 10. For some, that might be 100. You don't know. Everybody has a different figure. But again, if we look at this, I've offered retirement savings vehicles for customers for the last 35 years. And that has meant that each person has had to, in order to build up a pot of $1 million over a period of 20 years, you roughly have to put around 1,000 away a month. So that's 1,000 times 12 months, times your 20 years. That hopefully then grows over that 20-year period to achieve $1 million. And that $1 million can then provide you with pretty much an income of about 5%, so 50,000. Okay, now if you work this business and you provided the initial fee to join as a founder, and then $300, let's call it $300 as Mike said, right? So it's a total of $400, and within 5 years, even if you did nothing, you would probably receive a greater pension than most people. Now, I know in the UK, the average pension pot is £68,897. Not very much. That provides an income of $3,000 a year, roughly, plus your old age pension is just over 10,000. So £835 odd a month. Not a lot. And I don't know very many people that can actually survive on that with the cost of living going up, the gas, electricity, and petrol, or gasoline, as you guys call it. So, just having that opportunity and taking a risk, bearing in mind the risk isn't there because you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee anyway, and because we're going to launch very shortly, you'll know very quickly exactly what's going on. So my advice, get back in touch with the person that introduced you here and get on board. Thank you, Susie. Hope that helped.
Okay, excellent, Andy. Yes, love when you go through the numbers. And you may be saying to yourself, well, yeah, I don't like to recruit. I mean, there's many people who do not like to recruit. So here's a tip for you. We're recording this, and you heard a lot today, and your head may be spinning, and you want to be able to tell somebody else about it. what you need to do, I have it down in the chat, is you can send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. And what will happen is you will get a copy of this presentation, and then you can share it with the people you care about, because they can listen, they can rewind, fast forward, whatever. And that's your way of letting them know about it. But time is of the essence. So do yourself a favor, get back to the person who invited you, and they will have a link for you to sign up, and you can hop on board and can see you at the top as well. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today, all of our guests and fellow founders who are here as attendees and on our panel. Excellent presentation, Mike. Thank you for your input, Charles, Dan, and Andy. It's always good to see you guys. So we're going to end today with just see you at the top where your ears are going to pop. Okay? So have a great day, everybody.
All right. And that